Well, what did you guys do on your first date? Do you want to say the intro or should I just say like the whole thing?
I'm gonna mock you if I do it. Hey guys!
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back.
But I don't start my videos that way. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I have Jonathan here. We're gonna do something fun today actually. I found this pregnancy belly painting kit on Amazon. So I was like, oh my god, it'd be so fun if we paint my belly. So the plan is, this is like a wine and painting for wine night for Jonathan. Obviously I can't drink wine. But yeah, he's gonna just have fun painting my belly and we're gonna answer some of your questions.
Yeah.
I think we have everything we need. We have the paint, water, your paintbrushes, sponges, paper towel, and your wine. And I guess I'll try not to look, I guess, but it's gonna be hard because I have this here. So let me see if we have any questions. Okay, so the question was, what's the weirdest thing you like about each other? The weird thing that you do now that I like, or that's funny, is that voice.
I'm not doing that voice.
It's so funny, and if I try to explain it, I can't. But basically what he does is that he does something with all the words that start with a B. I don't know how to do it.
Like big boy bottles.
Yeah, like that.
But you have to see my cheeks when I do it.
Just do it.
Big boy bottles.
It's from a meme. It's some guy that's making fun of like people who go clubbing and they pop bottles and stuff like that.
Go get the big boy bottles, big boy banks. Everything we do is big. We buy the big boy bottles, big boy banks.
Anyway, that's hilarious. Are you cheating?
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm not Picasso.
Okay, what's the weirdest thing you like about me?
I don't know. This is gonna be hard because I can't focus.
Okay, so you'll pass on that one. What were some alternative names you guys were considering for Braxton and Briza? For Braxton, the other name was...
Braxton was Ava Monroe.
Oh yeah, first when we were pregnant with Braxton, we were like for sure that it was a girl. And for some reason we wanted to name her Ava, and her middle name is...
She wanted to name her Ava.
Yeah, I liked the name Ava.
It is a nice name though.
Yeah. Oh, she's moving. And the middle name was gonna be Monroe. And then once we found out it was a boy, it was between Braxton and Bryce. But Braxton I like, or no, Braxton or Bryson. But I like Braxton a lot better. And then for Briza, we never really had any other name for her, huh?
Yeah, we were hanging tight.
Yeah, Jonathan came up with that name and we knew that we wanted something that sounded like, or that started with a BR, like Braxton's name. So yeah, that's how we came up with that, or that's how he came up with Briza's name.
Every time you laugh, your belly is like shaking, but it's okay.
Okay, next question is, what does Jonathan do for a living? Love y'all and the babies. Oh, love you too. Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I'm a stripper. Trying to pay these bills. Yeah, I'm a nurse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Technically, he's an RN, but his job is kind of like sales. He works for a medical device company, basically. Places you guys have traveled to, how long you've been dating.
All right, I already messed up once, but we're okay.
Places we've traveled to. We went to Tulum in Mexico. That was a lot of fun.
Cabo.
Oh yeah, we went to Cabo.
Bahamas.
We went to the Bahamas on a cruise. That was a lot of fun.
And then we got stood up. I was gonna take Belly to a private island on like a speedboat, and I set up this excursion, and then I had planned it secretly, and I was gonna go to private. It was just gonna be me and Belly on a private island, and we're gonna take a speedboat from Nassau to this private island where there was pigs on the island. Anyways, when we ported off of Carnival, we went to meet the company at our meeting spot, and unfortunately they didn't show up. Yeah. And then they emailed me, and then of course on cruises you have to have Wi-Fi. So we had to walk all the way back to the cruise ship to figure out what was going on.
We didn't have service and we were waiting out there over an hour waiting for this boat to pick us up. And I didn't even know about everything that he had planned to surprise me. They're basically things that were on my bucket list. Because I saw that that you could swim with pigs in the Bahamas. And I always wanted to do it. But maybe we can go there one day with Briza. That'll be fun. She'll go crazy over the little pigs. It'd be so cute. How long have we dated? Almost 6 years. We met in August of 2013. And that's pretty much like when we met is we pretty much started dating like soon after that. Any funny or awkward stories you guys have?
When you wear a black hat.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Basically, I drank too much and I was wearing this black hat. Like I never wear hats like that. It was like a floppy hat.
And I warned her.
Yeah, when we left the apartment, he was like, don't wear that hat. Like, why are you wearing that hat?
And it was like the mark of the beast. I think someone poisoned her that night.
I don't know what happened, but it was like Sunday Funday, we were day drinking. I drank too much, obviously. And then I ran away from him and he said all he saw was like a hat like flopping and going off in the distance. And
then I was like, I'm just gonna let her go. I'm not gonna deal with this. And then so I went to like some restaurant and sat down and had some chips and salsa and I was sitting at the bar by myself and like 10 minutes later, she texted me and she's like, just have fun talking to her. And I'm like,
yeah, I texted him and I was like, have fun with her. And he wasn't even with anybody else. I'm trying not to laugh because my belly shakes every time I laugh.
This is gonna be disastrous. I'm letting everyone know.
That's an embarrassing story. Oh, what about when your laptop and your iPad were stolen and we went to the house to go get it because you tracked it, remember?
Yeah.
That was actually like kind of scary. So basically, Jonathan, someone stole like his laptop, his work laptop, the device, and his iPad from terrible. Like our apartment. Not our apartment, but like in the parking lot, I think. So when he came home from work, he was able to track the iPad. So, and it was like a few blocks away at his house. So we both walked there and I was like, this is like ride or die shit right here. Anyway, we get to the house and then this little guy comes out and he asks for D-Lo, right?
Yeah. He was a crackhead. I mean, honestly, we're gonna be honest.
Yeah. He was like, do you know D-Lo? He owes me blah, blah, blah. I guess D-Lo owed this guy money and then instead he gave him like Jonathan's stolen devices to pay for.
Still. Keep talking, just don't laugh.
So that was like a weird story too. Question for both of you guys to answer. What's your partner's best and worst qualities? Trying to make us fight? Your best qualities are that, I mean, there's like two sides to it. There's like your professional side, you know, like when it comes to your career.
Jeez, this sucks.
And then there's the other side, like the loving and like patience side of you. With me, he's super patient and like he's always there for me. And then I also like that you are always grinding at work, trying to, you know, do the best that you can. What am I saying?
This is terrible. This is way harder than it looks.
Yeah, like for work, you're always, you know, reading new studies and seeing like, you go above and beyond what you even need to do for your work, you know? The worst quality, like you already know what I'm gonna say.
I'm impatient.
Yeah, he's so impatient, like so.
My way or the highway.
Oh my God. And then the most annoying part is that obviously I've been pregnant for like 2 years, so I'm the DD. So it's cool, like he should drink, sit in the car and relax and, you know, enjoy the ride, let me drive. No, he doesn't. He's like, why are you behind this car? It's going slow. Go over here, go that way, this way. And then he's like, makes me rush as if like we have an appointment or like a reservation somewhere. We never do, we're just like going home. So yeah.
This is really hard with you talking.
Sorry. What are mine?
What are your what?
My best and my worst qualities.
Let me take a wine break and I'll answer the question.
Okay.
This looked like a little child painted it. Maybe Briza did it. Felly's best quality has probably always been that she's super sweet and caring / ride or die. Worst quality?
The black cat.
The black cat. Or Let me see. I think she's super sensitive, so I've always tried to get her to like put her foot down and not be sensitive in certain situations. But that's also a good thing, I guess, at times. But I think that
I'm so sensitive. Remember when I cried when you saw my workout video?
I jokingly laughed at her doing a workout, and then she started getting teary-eyed and started crying. I'm like, I was just like, you looked funny doing the workout. I'm not making fun of you, but it looks funny.
I went to work out with one of my friends, and I was doing this like different exercise where I was like squatting but like pulling a rope. And I felt like so proud because usually when I go to the gym, I just feel so embarrassed and self-conscious. Oh yeah, so my friend filmed me doing this workout, and then I was showing him, oh, like I did this new workout today with my friend, and he was like, oh, cool. And then he started laughing. And then
you can't move.
I laughed too, but then I was like, wait, I felt like so embarrassed, and then I just started crying.
So if this, well, it's not gonna look that great. So if this painting looks terrible, it's because Felly's laughing too much. Her belly's like moving around.
My bad. Where did you guys meet?
Oh God. I'll let Felly tell the story so I can focus on my painting.
They're gonna be like, all these people do before it was like drink and party.
So what?
We met during Sunday Funday bar hopping, basically. Yeah, we met at this bar. I was with my group of friends and he was with like two of his guy friends. And then we kept making eye contact and I was like smiling at him, and I asked my friend if she wanted to go to the bathroom so I could walk by him and like try to look cute. And then you guys left. Then later on we were walking by the beach and I saw him again, but we still didn't talk. And then we saw each other later that day for the third time. And then that's when we finally started talking to each other.
And I pulled your girl with a head nod.
He was like, come here, and I was like, okay.
And then tell him about your phone number.
Oh, yeah. I think both of our phones were dead, so.
Mine wasn't.
For some reason, he told me that his phone was dead. But on the back of the receipt of like our first two drinks that we ever had together, I wrote, roses are red, violets are blue. Este es mi número, please call me boo. And then you still have it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like this memory box. We haven't put anything in there in a while. I guess our apartment is like a memory box now. But we had a memory box and we would put like random things in there, like concert tickets or different things. But that was the first thing we put in there, was that receipt with my phone number. When and why did you both realize you loved each other? Yeah, we always ask each other like, when did you know that you loved me or that we were like falling for each other? I don't know.
Well, I think I knew when I like legitimately cared about Felly when I found myself like doing things naturally, like her car broke down, telling the story, and I just did it naturally because I was like, okay, I'm gonna help her out, and then I was like, wait a minute, like.
Yeah, my car broke down and I had just started working at Citibank, and I was like driving there to do my training. It was my first day of work, and then my car was overheating and it was like smoking, and I was crying. And then he was like, it's okay, and he came during like my break and he just did everything he could to fix my car.
It didn't work.
That was so nice. I don't know what I would have done. How do you guys as a couple always seem so positive and happy after loss? So that's a good question because we actually don't really show. I mean, maybe I talk about it more sometimes, but we don't really show like all the anxiety that we've had during this pregnancy and how we've still been grieving. I mean, just today, this morning, we were super anxious. It's Sunday and we went to the hospital to labor and delivery unit just to make sure everything was okay because we have so many fears now. Today I thought I was leaking amniotic fluid, and we're just like really paranoid. We stay up really late and we're always making sure that Briza is moving. And
then Doppler.
Yeah, we use the fetal heart Doppler like every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
Last night she had me take her blood pressure because she was worried that her blood pressure was too high.
Yeah. I was like, what if I have preeclampsia? Just all these different things that go through our minds now. And then on top of that, you know, we're still grieving the loss of Braxton. And we go to bed at like 2 every night. And usually at the end of the night, we're like in the nursery, we're talking about Braxton and we're talking about Briza. So, what were you going to say?
What was the question?
Basically, how do we seem so positive and happy after loss? So, I think like maybe it seems like it, but we're not.
Yeah, A, it's been a process. B, I mean, I think we have gone through the same thing that most people go through as far as the anxiety, losing friends, losing family, you know, going through that process. So it's not like it isn't there. It is there. Yeah. It's always there every day that we like wake up. It's just a matter of, you know, going through the motions of being further away from losing Braxton. Not that you ever are not grieving, or it's not that you're ever not having a bad day. It's just that you learn how to live with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, like, I still cry almost every day. Maybe it's just not as much as I used to in the beginning, but it's still there. So, ooh. What pet peeves do y'all have of each other?
Mine is like...
My hair?
No.
Oh.
No, just not like... I'm impatient, so if the ball's not rolling and we're not thinking like 10 steps in advance, I get really impatient. So like when she's getting ready, it's always probably the best option if I go and do something else while she's getting ready. Like if I go for a run and then I come back and then she's the one waiting on me, it usually works out better that way.
Wait, so your pet peeve is that I take too long, and my pet peeve is that you're impatient. So how did you tell Jonathan you were pregnant? It was right before Christmas. I was painting ornaments with, I think you're doing a good job, especially since I'm talking a lot and she's moving. But yeah, so I was painting ornaments for other lost moms, like with their babies' names on it. And on these, like, what are they called? Wood slices. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I didn't want to just be like, I'm pregnant. I wanted to make it like a little bit special. And I had just got for Jonathan this elephant. It was like a papa elephant with a baby elephant. So I gave that to him and I was like, oh, it's you and Braxton. And then right beside that was a little ornament that I painted, and I just painted a rainbow, like for a rainbow baby, and I put 2019. Yeah, that's pretty much just how I told him. So was Jonathan open about his feelings with Braxton? Sometimes guys bottle feelings.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was too honest for everybody. Frankly, I think most people, individuals, and I try not to assume what other people are thinking, but all you can do is assume when people don't come to you and they're not assertive and they don't talk to you about your son. So I actually think I wanted to talk about Braxton so much that it made people feel uncomfortable. So I wanted to talk about my feelings every day. Like I didn't want to keep him bottled up. That irritates me and I can't deal with it. So I felt like for like my inner like circle, my people that I have relationships with, I wanted to talk to them way more than what they wanted to talk about Braxton, you know? So I felt like I made them uncomfortable because I wanted to talk about it too much.
I've heard from like other families too, I guess. It's like people don't really ever think of the dad, or I don't know. I just wish he had more support and that you could talk to more people about it.
On a side note, I go to counseling. So, I mean, I've taken a lot of pressure off of like friends and family to be there for me. And I deal with it with a professional, because I think a lot of people, you'd be surprised, a lot of people around you are not equipped to be able to support you during some of the most devastating times. Yeah. And that's what a licensed professional is for. So that's why I go to a counselor.
It's just like frustrating though, because I don't know, you would expect for them to say at least like, I don't know what to say, but I'm here for you type of thing. Not to just assume that we don't want to talk about Braxton, you know? I mean, obviously we want to talk about him. Like that's all we do on social media is talk about him.
And that's another thing too. When we lost Braxton, I posted a photo on Facebook, on Instagram, and gave a huge synopsis of what had happened. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I specifically said on social media was like, we want to talk about him. We want you to ask us about him, talk about him. And it's amazing, like, even though you're super assertive and tell people what you want, it's amazing that they don't do it.
Yeah, they still assume like, oh, you want privacy, you want to be left alone. Like, I'm not going to talk to you.
And the general response for society is that like, oh, you know, come to me. I'm always here if you need anything. Let me know. And when you do let people know, then it's just too uncomfortable for them.
Yeah. I always hated when people would ask me how I was doing, and then I told them like how I really was doing, you know?
And then they don't respond.
And they didn't respond. Like, okay. Like, don't ask me how I'm doing if you don't really want to know the truth. I think they ask you, they want to just like check a box off, like, okay, I checked on her, you know? But they don't.
And by the way, if there's like family members out there that are watching for other lost parents, when that happens, when you do that, that makes the person feel more isolated. Mm-hmm. So they don't want to talk about it anymore, and they keep it all bunched inside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have these thoughts of what I went through, the trauma that I went through by giving birth to my child that's dead, and you have to keep that all bottled up because people just don't either respond at all. They don't even say, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And they don't even say, oh, you know, I'll be there. Let's just figure it out. That's it. That's all we want people to say. Mm-hmm. And then when people don't respond at all, then it makes us feel isolated, and then we don't ever reach out.
Yeah. It's like the worst thing you could do. But what did you guys do on your first date?
This is the fourth time we've mentioned drinking, but
yeah, we went and had drinks.
We went to a tequila bar, and we looked at each other. And then we went to another bar afterwards and hung out, and we had more drinks. And we looked at each other, and we were like, are you bored? Yeah. And then she's like, are you bored? And I'm like, no, I'm not bored. It's just...
She's like, why are you bored? I don't even remember, like, what we talked about, or... It definitely wasn't, like... You know how sometimes people say, like, our first date was, like, blah, 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 and I was like...
It took us... So we have, like, a sense of... I feel like people with senses of humor, like, it takes you a while to make sure, like, someone else understands your sense of humor. Yeah. So you kind of, like, don't say anything. Kind of like grief, wink, wink. It's like you wait to kind of figure out like if they get you.
Yeah, to get like a feel of the other person, see if they have like your sense of humor or not. Yeah. Any TV series you guys are into?
Oh God.
We've been watching Billions.
But wait. I honestly think. Wait a minute. Sorry, it's my show now.
This is your channel now? I'm sorry.
No, but honestly, there was like certain shows that got us through like losing Braxton.
Oh, yeah.
Initially, it was The Office. We started from episode 1, season 1, and we went through a little bit, and The Office is so long.
Yeah, until Pam got pregnant, and then like we just stopped watching it.
Yeah, and then, Vanderpump Rules.
And we even went to Stir like, a few months ago.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, Stir's food's not all that great, but... Shout out to Lisa.
But it was funny because we went there and I felt like I was like on set of a TV show or something. It was cool. What were your first impressions of each other? Because I thought you were like really, really good looking. I still think you're good looking. But... I thought like he's too good looking to like have a sense of humor, you know? I thought, like, you were just gonna be, like, one of those cute guys, but, oh, like, I'm too cool, or, you know what I mean? Like an LA guy, like a Hollywood, like, LA guy. That was my first impression. So once you started joking around with me, having a sense of humor, I was like, oh my god, this guy is, like, perfect. What was your first impression of me?
I mean, I'm a guy, so I was like, oh, she's super attractive and beautiful, and then the second impression was the sense of humor part. Which was like obviously the thing that lasts.
So this is a question for Jonathan. It's, what is the hardest part about Felly being pregnant?
So I will say, I guess how I anticipated it was like, oh, she's gonna be like complaining at me and bitching at me in a bad mood all the time. But Felly's like a very like happy pregnant, like very, very happy pregnant. So there's not a whole lot of that. I will just say that circumstances out of our control, i.e. losing Braxton, it's been hard to have Felly pregnant for almost 2 years straight. Mainly because we were super active like a super active couple. Like we'd always go out, we'd always go on vacations, always do those types of things. So we just have to put that on hold, and that's probably, I guess, the worst part. But like, it's not really about. That's just situational, and that's temporary. So other than that, she's a great DD. She lets me drink wine whenever I want to drink wine, and then she lets me paint her belly.
If you could visit any place in the world, which place would it be? Thailand. I said it in my last video, but I want to go to Thailand for the baby elephants.
A place we haven't been?
Well, it doesn't say that you haven't been to it, but
so I haven't.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
too.
I went to Tokyo last year, and that was amazing.
What has been the best anniversary gift? Mine is coming soon. Oh, you're trying to get an anniversary gift idea. You give me like really good gifts. I think actually it was our anniversary last year, August 2018. Jonathan gave me a bracelet from Pandora, and it had like, you know, you can choose like the charms. This one had B, 2 hearts, and then R. So it was like Braxton, the 2 hearts for me and him, and then R for Rio's. I think that was one of my favorite gifts so far. Well, this one wasn't an anniversary gift, but Jonathan gave me this camera for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So it was, I mean, I love the camera, but it was, I guess, just like what it represented, that he's so supportive of me and like believes in me. So that was really nice of you. What are yours? Your earrings?
My what?
Your favorite anniversary gift.
Yeah, the earrings that I lost.
The earrings that he lost. Yeah, he lost one of the earrings at the beach.
And then I thought I lost one today, but I left it at home.
That's what happens when you're in a rush, is that you lose things.
This is going to be the ugliest rose or flower or whatever. It's like a hybrid flower.
Look at Briza's moving.
It's probably because I'm talking right into the belly.
Briza, you got a flower on you, girl.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
So a lot of you asked if when Braxton passed away, if that made us become closer.
So my answer is yeah. I mean, we became closer. I mean, I guess from a guy's perspective, at least for me, you know, you have this overwhelming. When you're not a father, you have this crazy, like, I don't want to say denial, but like you don't really understand that there's a legitimate baby growing in there until you like see the baby. And then like when I first saw Braxton, it was like all the feelings that she had been having for 9 months, all of a sudden, like I had felt in that moment, and then I didn't see, and then we didn't get to keep Braxton.
Mm-hmm.
So just getting through those moments and like understanding that really we were like, we both felt like we had lost, like both of us felt like we had died that day. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. I felt like part of me died that day. So like with Braxton's memorial, it was like Braxton's, it was our memorial. It was like part of it was almost our funeral as well. So like, it was literally us waking up every day, getting each other through those moments. And so like, as long as you're, I mean, I don't want to say we're positive. I don't think, there's not really a positive aspect to like losing a child, but like, yeah. We woke up every day and it was us that we were relying on each other, like 24/7. If family or friends had came and gone, it was us that had each other. And so like, that was really like what brought us closer together. And it was, you know, we had a nice foundation of like loving each other and liking each other and sense of humor and things like that. And then when this occurred, it was kind of like, well, what are we going to do? Not make it work out and not get each other through it. So, I mean, it obviously like made us stronger. And my flower is looking diseased. Yeah,
I know there's, I forget what the statistic is, but there's some statistic about the divorce rate going up or something after a stillbirth.
Well, it's
like, I can understand like why it happens, because husbands and like partners grieve different, but it's just like such a terrible thing because you already lost your baby, you know, then you have to go through like a second loss of like, I think the video got cut off, but basically what I was saying was that nobody ever teaches you how to deal with grief, I guess. and especially like how to treat your partner, like how to go through it as a couple. So maybe that's why like counseling helped us in the beginning too, huh?
I don't know. My opinion is that those first counseling sessions were like for survival. I knew already that Felly's like a super sensitive person. Like just innately, she's sensitive. That's okay. That's fine. But then throw that on top of like losing a child, and I think regardless of what type of personality you have, it's terrible. So I knew that we had to get into counseling right away. We had to try to get help, and those resources weren't there in the hospital. Like they essentially just sent us along. We got a call from a social worker at the hospital once, and that was pretty much it. And then we had to figure out what to do on our own. Like, that was it. And even our doctor, even he felt like, he even made us feel like he didn't want to talk to us. He didn't want to like give us answers or see us through the process at all. So it was basically just us. I mean,
yeah, there's like a whole lot of things about my previous doctor that maybe I'll talk about one day, but it just was like the worst experience. Oh, favorite date night activity. Well, since I've been pregnant for so long now, I think one of the funnest things that we do is we go to dinner, and then Dave & Buster's is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he still gets to drink, and like we play like the video games, and he likes to do the basketball. And
he likes to do the basketball.
Oh, he likes
to play the basketball game.
He likes to play the basketball game, and then we try to win like all these tickets, and we get something random. Or remember when like I thought I had enough tickets for a piece of candy? And
she wanted sour straws.
Yeah.
And she got denied.
So I had like 500 tickets or something, and I got the sour straws, and I went up to pay, and the girl was like, "This is 1,000 tickets." I was like, "What the hell?" Like.
So we literally left.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Can we pay cash or credit?" They're like, "No, you have to have tickets."
Yeah, they wouldn't let us pay with money.
So we got denied, and we left. We walked out all sad. Right.
I was so mad. By the way, this paint, it's FDA approved, non-toxic, paraben-free.
Edible.
No, it's not edible. Don't eat it. Yeah, so it's totally safe. I got it on Amazon, and I'll link it below if anyone's pregnant and wants to try it. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so this is the finished product. Can you do a close-up? So this is what the belly looks like. I think he did a great job. It's funny because I actually can't see anything that's going on here. But everything up here looks really cool. I love the colors. So that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching Jonathan paint this.
AKA Picasso.
AKA Picasso paint this beautiful flower on my belly. It looks awesome to me. I don't even want to wash it off. And the Q&A. We tried to get to as many questions as we could, but I didn't want this video to be like an hour long either. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye!